it's always good to talk to the restaurateurs. We've had a variety of conversations with a bunch of them, but each person I feel like has different stories and different takes on industry and business. But how did you get to this point? Because I know, so you went to Syracuse University, and you were in finance, mortgages.
Yeah, so I studied finance and marketing, and my first job out of college was selling mortgages.
What year was that?
2005 to 2008.
Wild Wild West.
So you started in 2005 and ended in 2008.
Correct, yeah.
So 2005, you was booming. Like right away, you was making money.
Booming. First 6 months out of college, I made over six figures, and kind of got spoiled and ruined a little perspective on what's reality and how easy it was.
And then, so to give people a perspective of the might have forgotten, 2007, 2008, that was the financial crisis, which was speared by the subprime mortgage crisis. And a lot of people lost their homes, and the mortgage industry was a whole big thing. So walk me through, like, you're doing good, and then at what point do you realize this thing is falling apart, and how bad did it actually get for you?
Yeah, so, coming out of college, obviously I knew what mortgages were. I worked in the subprime foreclosure bailouts. I wasn't really helping people buy houses, but I was helping people that were in a difficult situation, saving their house based on the equity in their property, paying off their debt. And probably 2006, 2007, I would hear people in the office that were much more seasoned than myself talking about all the subprime loans that were coming due in 2012, 2013. And I didn't really understand what they were talking about, but they would be talking about it on the phone, having conversations about it. And, they were older guys, and I was like, what are these guys talking about? And slowly I saw, the process of my loans getting tighter and tighter and more restricted and less loans getting approved. And since we were kind of on the forefront of the foreclosures and the subprime, our business started dwindling, in 2007 when really things kind of ended in 2008. So we were kind of like on the forefront of everything collapsing. So I saw it pretty early in the process.
So as it's collapsing, are you starting to plan at that point, or you're saying, all right, I'm going to stay in mortgages, I'll find another route, or I'm going to make a pivot to something completely different?
Yeah, so I didn't understand the severity of the situation when it was unfolding. It was my first job out of college. So I just thought that I would pivot to a different place, or, actually in my head, and I was doing so well in the company that I thought that, I was good.
And then at what point do you realize you're not good?
It was a commission-based job, so when I was going to work and it was costing me more money to go to work than I was making, I kind of realized that it didn't make sense anymore.
So, like, how old are you? Like 26, something like that?
No, I was 23, 4 probably at that point.
So at 24, okay, so you realize this doesn't make sense to do it. You got to change career paths. How do you get into the hospitality business?
So that wasn't my initial pivot. I thought, I went to college, I graduated a degree. Hospitality was something I did throughout college as a way to, make ends meet. But I pivoted to, the tech world, entrepreneurship world. I started a company called Postgrad Apartments, which was pretty much, before Instagram. It was when there was Facebook groups. I had a big network of friends that were at different universities. So I would essentially pay an ambassador on a college campus to promote our website to all the people in their network at the school. So, someone had a big following, they would invite 300-400 people at different their college to join this group. When those people wanted to graduate college and move to, it was Boston, Chicago, or New York, they would put in a lead. We'd refer the lead to a real estate agent. And then if the deal closed, we would get a commission on each transaction. So we did that for probably over 50 college campuses. We would go to the schools, throw, parties, and, we had hats and cups and branding. And the business was going pretty well, but we weren't the real estate agents, and we were only getting a small percentage of each deal. So it wasn't as lucrative as it could have been. So the model was not sustainable.
At any time, as you're doing the mortgages and you pivot to the tech platform for the colleges, you're making money. Are you saving money, or you're blowing money? Like, do we have the financial discipline at this point to say, all right, I've learned my lesson from this time I'm actually be different, or as the money comes, is it going?
So it was, obviously my first job out of college. So I did put away some money through the process, but at the same time, you're getting these commission checks that were like $20,000, $30,000 a month, being at 22, 23 years old. So you would spend some of the money, enjoying life, but then you put some of it away. But then when you go from that to a drastic downturn in your income and trying to be an entrepreneur and build a tech company, you quickly go through your savings. So that nest egg that I put away was quickly gone, in about a year. And I hadn't figured out exactly what was the next move. And that's kind of what pushed me into the restaurant business.